Good
Good
morning.
morning.
We're back.
Morning.
Good morning.
How y'all doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are back live and in living color yet again. We said thank you for yet another beautiful, beautiful weekend. Welcome to the BYOB Weekend Show, where over here we're going to get it popping for the weekend. Because, a lot of people, this is these 2 days, these 48 hours, this is their little piece of joy, their little space in the world.
That's right.
They have to go back out into the world and fight those job demons. So we're going to try to bring you as much happiness as we can for your 48 hours. Good morning. I am Rose Fauntleroy. I am asking, I am imploring, I am short of begging. Please share the broadcast with friends because sharing is caring. And we need somebody to talk to. We don't just want to talk amongst ourselves. We do that behind the scenes and we do it very well. One day we're going to let y'all behind the scenes with us. But today we want to talk to you all. So please invite your friends, share out the broadcast. Don't forget to invite your haters. They will talk to you and talk about you the most. That's free promotion. Use it for
Free
all
promotion. I like that.
This is free promotion. You don't have to pay a dime for it. They make sure they keep your name on their tongue. So invite them too. Today we're talking about recession proofing your wealth plan. I'm going to turn
That's
it
right.
over to my illustrious guest. Somebody's knocking on my door. What in the world? I'm going to turn it over to my illustrious guest, and I'm going to let my co-host, my beautiful co-host, find out if y'all really have a plan. Because see, I ain't had no plan for whoever's knocking on my door. So guess what? I can't answer that. I didn't know you were coming. I didn't know you were coming.
Are you serious, girl?
I'm very serious. I just heard somebody knocking on my door.
I heard you not. I heard it, but you talking about they didn't plan to come over, so they didn't plan to have the door answered.
I don't see nothing on here saying they were coming. But you know what? I know who it is. It's the Amazon delivery man.
Okay.
All right, good.
So that box will be waiting for me when I leave here. So we can
That's right.
about that. I could have said what 9:51 and somebody knocking on what
On a Saturday? Yeah.
Right. Good morning, everyone. I am Kayshawn Brooks. I am so happy to be here this morning. Y'all make sure y'all share out this broadcast and say good morning as you're coming in. Good morning, Dee. Thank you for sharing the broadcast. And you are right. No plans, no nothing. Period. Point blank. Y'all, this year is coming to an end. We need to make sure we have a plan, several plans, backup plans. We need to be making sure our business is recession proof. And that means you got to have a plan. You got to know what direction you're going to go, what direction you're not going to go, what you're going to do when
Right.
these roadblocks and bumps and humps start showing up out of nowhere. What you going to do? You have to plan. If one thing this year has taught us is we wasn't ready for this. We wasn't prepared for this. So there's no reason for
Right.
us not to get prepared and to get ready for the future because anything can happen. And I'm going to make sure I'm getting myself together. Believe anytime I'm saying anything to y'all out here, I'm talking to myself because I got to walk what I'm talking.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Good morning, everyone. I'm Cynthia R. Armstead, and I agree with Kayshawn when she said she got to walk do walking and the talking all at the same time. That's like you guys ever see that commercial with the guy with the hair club for men? You know, he's not just the president, but he's the client. It's the same thing on this journey and on this walk. You know, and in recession proofing your business, you have to make sure that your foundation is strong. So if you don't know where to start, this is the perfect place and the perfect time to get it started. Build a strong foundation. It absolutely. Oh wow!
Got Rita in.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, girl.
Our reach is all over the place. Look at that. That's amazing. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Joining us.
Our businesses are strong. You know, if you're going to recession proof it, you know, and then take notes. Pay attention to what's been happening. As Keishawn basically said, look at what's been happening all around us. Look at what's been happening this year. Look at how things change. By God's divine design, our coach, the Reverend Dr. Danielle Winningham, made sure that we were already acclimated to coming on to these various different social media platforms and going live and utilizing the tools that were here in front of us. So many people now have to learn about utilizing these tools. You know, the things like the Zooms and the StreamYards and all these other platforms. People were not educated at all. And now they're finding that if you don't know how, you better know how, because it's going to stop you from having your income coming in. Some people have been forced to do it. I was saying, man, if I had only thought about it, can I get some stock in Zoom? Boy, the numbers.
Oh, no, right?
Okay.
The numbers have gone up like crazy. And I'm not trying to be funny. Something like Zoom or something down as simple as Tupperware. Do you guys see in the news where Tupperware is all sold out? You can't even get a Tupperware bowl or cup or nothing because of what happened in this situation with the pandemic. And that Tupperware has made something like $34 billion. It's some crazy, weird, crazy number. And I'm like, wow. Plastic cups and bowls?
Yeah, Tupperware is a staple. They've been around a long time. And think about that. Think about Tupperware's business. They've been around. Tupperware has been around as long as I've been alive. And they have worked that business. They have changed with the times. And see, that's the thing that you need to look at.
That's
they
it,
changed with the times. Tupperware is not a new company. Tupperware, I'm gonna say it's a true company, because I can remember
that's good, Rose.
Tupperware when I was a little girl. Okay, and they have transitioned and changed and grew and developed through the years. So now they're sold out. Who would have thought?
Right.
Who would have thought a bowl that you pop a plastic top on is any different, really, than any other bowl? But Tupperware found their niche in the market, learned how to change with the times to stay relevant.
That's good.
And here they are. Now, about Zoom, I'm a sad sister over here when it comes to that Zoom thing. I looked at Zoom stock in January. They were they were trading, I think it was $123, somewhere in that range when I looked at it. And see, that's another lesson. Stop looking and waiting and watching, because that's what I did. I missed an opportunity because I was waiting and watching. Zoom stock is what now? $300 and some a share?
Easy.
And I will go buy at least 10 shares. So sometimes when you study long, as they say, when you play cards, study long, you study wrong. So now's the time.
Girl, Zoom is at 500.
Wow.
Look,
500. I mean, seriously, so that was yesterday's close.
Okay,
wow.
So if I had bought 10 shares, I would be 200, and I'd be $4,000 at least to the profit.
Right.
So let that be a lesson. If you want it, go get it.
Right.
Don't wait to do it. If you want to have a wealth plan for your future for 2021, Stop waiting. Stop watching. You see us here every day, 2 and 3 times a day. Stop waiting. Stop watching. Don't be like me. Don't miss the opportunity. See, that's what we mean. Sometimes when you say don't miss the opportunity, yeah, you hear us talking about it, but you may say,
Right.
oh, they'll be back tomorrow. Well, yeah, I looked at Zoom back in January.
Mhm.
They came back the next day, and now today they're trading way above what they were in January. I missed my opportunity. Now,
Right.
I can still buy some Zoom now. I could, but it really doesn't make sense unless you think it's going to grow at least
Even more.
1,000. Right. You got to look at what the 52-week high is. You got to look at you got to analyze that thing. And that's what a lot of
Right.
people are doing. They're sitting back looking at analyzing and saying whether or not I should. Don't miss your opportunity. Because, see, I could
Mm-mm.
be, anyway, I'm
I'm going to jump in with that and talk about the topic of the day. So
go
I'm
right ahead.
Cherie, everybody. Hello. And we're talking about recession proofing your wealth. And this whole week has had a lot of themes because we're getting ready to bring a recession proof workshop to you all next week. And we're going to be talking about various topics. We want to give you a taste of it so that you kind of see what's in store for you and you can kind of sign up. So one of the things I want to say are this: one, to recession proof your wealth, get a coach, become a coach, have a plan. So we're talking about those three things. So first of all, get a coach. We're all connected because we have the same coach, and Coach Danielle Winningham, who is awesome and amazing. And as I have said a zillion times, and I'll say it one more time, even professional athletes have a coach. Even the people at the top of their game have a coach. Why? Because they want to stay at the top of the game, because you need someone to help you with your blind spots. You need someone to be a thought partner with you and kind of collaborate with you. You can see yourself keep doing the same thing and you haven't made a leap. You might be getting slightly better, but you haven't made a huge jump in your life or in your wealth. So doing the same thing that you've been doing isn't going to get you there. Having a coach that can help you uplift, make a strategy, create a profit plan, do all those things will help move you along the way. Second thing about becoming a coach. So for many of us, we look at a lot of women in the workplace. How do we actually empower ourselves as a community to build wealth, generational wealth in our community? And, one of the things we've talked about in the past is that a job is not necessarily a path to wealth, but a job can be a place for you to start, to give you the foundation that you can either spring from your job and move to an entrepreneur. You can maintain your job and start a business so that you have multiple streams of income, or you can look at leveraging coaching to supplement you so that you can keep growing in corporate America and get into a place where you can generate wealth and that you can make business decisions that can make the business and the culture more friendly for minorities and women, right? So you can have the power. One of the things I'm about as a coach is how do I help women that are in the job in corporate America raise up their salaries, raise up their promotional opportunities, and get to positions of power so they can make decisions that can impact the culture and change the way we do business. There are women that want to stay in corporate America. We want them to thrive in corporate America. We want them to be successful. We want them to change the game in corporate America. As you can see in the Fortune 500, there's not that many women, and there's certainly not that many minorities. That needs to look different. Coaching is a pathway to that. Becoming a coach. If you've got some talent, and we all do, how do you share that talent? How do you help empower others? Because if we don't reach back, teach, and lift up, that's our way of establishing generational wealth, right? Is helping empower others around us. We can't afford to be the crab pot. We got to help lift up everybody if we want to move and change this world that we live in. If we want to help diminish systems of oppression and supremacy, then we need to be empowered and we need to generate some wealth for all of us. And then my final point about having a plan, right? So whether you want to do corporate America, start your own business, or do both, you have to have a plan to get there. So having a coach and being a coach are real important for our community and important for us as women, and especially as Black women in this country. We need to do those things. We need to be empowered. We need to help empower. We need to kind of build some wealth. All right, I'm done preaching. Y'all jump in.
Oh, that was great. Mm, that was awesome, Cherie. And you're absolutely right. Because most of us,
Mhm.
well, not most of us, all of us sitting right here started in corporate America. That
Right.
was that
Right.
was our starting point. Some of it was good, some of it wasn't so good, some of it we hate. Um, but we used that as a springboard to get to what
Hmm.
we wanted to do, to get to coaching, to get to having sales teams and creating sales teams to help other business owners, other entrepreneurs move their businesses forward. And you can do that while you're still in corporate America, while you're still writing your plan to get out if
Right.
that's what you want. So I think every point you made was an excellent point. What y'all think?
I
I absolutely
agree.
agree. And it really gives an opportunity to a person who is still, going out and doing the 9 to 5, that balance,
Right.
because if you have the entrepreneurial spirit, but you're going out and you're doing the 9 to 5, it can be such a tug of war because you really feel like you're not 100% doing what you're destined to do.
Hmm.
If you have
Right.
in the field that's going to be an extension of what you're going to do as an entrepreneur, then you want to give more of yourself to the entrepreneurial side than you want to do to the 9 to 5. So you can feel kind of stuck. So you need
Right.
that plan of action is actually, really strong. I go back to what I was saying earlier. That's a great foundational place to get that firm foundation to make sure that when you do finally springboard out, they say take the leap. And I've heard some people talk about, take the leap, parachute will eventually open or whatever. I don't know that I 100% agree with that. I'm more along the line of kind of what you described in the fact that you've laid the foundation and you have that strong foundation in place. And so now that you know that that's secure, now you can make the transition. So as
Hmm.
opposed
Right.
to going out, just going all willy nilly, just jumping out there and saying, "Is it going to open? Is the parachute going to open? I hope it opens. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know." And going through that whole panic thing. It's the preparation. And the foundation.
That's it, Cynthia. It is about preparing yourself. Like you can say, "Oh, I don't like my job." But first of all, we all come out and get jobs because either come out of school, you have some debt, or you come out on your own, you leave your parents or whatever your situation is. You're trying to establish yourself on your own. All of that is preparing you. You may not like everything, but it is preparing you, it is training you. And if you actually do want to go to your own business, then you do have a strong foundation. And let's just be honest, let's recall corporations in this country started out just like this country was built by white men. And no shame on them or anything like that, because that's not what this conversation is about. But it's like the corporations weren't actually built for women and minorities to maneuver around, right?
Right.
So, like I said, go back to the Fortune 500. Very few women, even fewer minorities. That just we hadn't learned how to play that game. So we come in with the mindset that we just have to work hard. We're going to get there, and there's so many nuances to that. And this is where a coach comes in and having a strategy. So even if your long-term plan is to have your own business, it's like learning everything you can here. It's like you're getting paid to be trained. So you got to
Right.
take that in stride and go, what are if everything is for me, right? Because the higher most high would not have put you there. If everything is for me, even if it's difficult, it just means I'm in the gym of life. It just means I'm in training. So I have to do these little pull up oh yeah, they're hard. I don't necessarily want them. I have to do my sit-ups. Oh my God, my abs are aching. All of those things are preparing us for what we need to do next. And now I think it's now is a right time, like we said earlier, just this everything's on the internet. There's an opportunity to take advantage of all of the things that are out there. And the internet is not a business that was built exclusively to exclude other people, right? So there's a whole lot more opportunity for women and minorities than there might be in corporate America. So having a foundation where it says, hey, I'm going to keep this job and I'm going to learn how to excel and I'm going to get the coaching I need so that I can get to positions of power to help change things and so that I can have the right training so that I can do my own thing when I'm ready. and then I can transition, or I can have an exit strategy and an exit plan, or I can kind of do a dual path for a while and then exit. Whatever it is that your plan is that works for you, it's back to, as Rose said, having a plan and then knowing what you're going to do.
Those
And
are
you know,
y'all are just y'all are just
look,
awesome this morning.
Sharice, what stuck out the most to me, what you just said this morning, was get a coach and become a coach. That stuck out so much to me because that is one of the ways how you can transform, how you can recession proof your business. And the reason why it stuck out so much to me is because, with me and my business, selling skincare products, I was always so focused on I gotta move product, I gotta sell this way, but coaching is what helped me change my mindset to know that there are others that want to know how you are doing what you're doing. They need to know these steps, what you're fighting through, what you're going through. And through coaching, I learned that I could be a coach. And that's another way for my business to stay recession proof. That's another plan. And I'm just want to say that just stuck out so much to me because that wasn't a plan. That wasn't a part of, my mindset when I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to be a business owner. One day I'm going to be teaching other people how to do the same thing. That wasn't in my mindset. I couldn't even see it. But because of getting a coach and helping my mind develop, I can see it now. So I
That's
love that.
right. And that's really good too, because, there are a lot of women out here starting businesses, but how
Hmm.
long will they last? And that's one of the things. It's like being successful. So
Right.
back to what Dr. Cynthia said, it's like really leveraging your job to get some good training, but then it's also getting a coach, because we're starting to venture out and there's a ton of us coming out there. But if we want to sustain it, have a long opportunity for our business, the coaching is essential. Because there's
Hmm.
so many hurdles and there's so many different things to get through. I mean, how many businesses are struggling just because of COVID, right? So this whole recession proof theme is real, that businesses start up, so many of them do, but then they don't last. So if you want to be the success story, if you
Right.
want to have longevity, coaching is essential. We don't need to be out here doing it on our own. And as
That's right.
we all know from being in a community, that strength and support we get from being in a community is huge. It's huge.
It's huge, and let's look
Mhm.
at why um when women start businesses or people start business, they don't last. um it is because you need a coach, you need a guide. You have great skills, you have great abilities because you learned that in your job. And there's something you said about employment that I'm going to come back around to. You have those things, but you need someone to guide you how to move those skills you've learned over to your business, because you've been programmed to work those skills in a particular area in a job. It's like you learn how to take a boat, put it in a plastic bag. You keep doing that, it becomes repetitious. But then when you're put out in the open, let's say in the wild, and you have to do that, all of a sudden you forget how to apply your skills. So
Right.
you need a guide in order to do that. There's
Right.
something you said, Cherie, that is just so that really hit me. Corporations were built by white men mostly for them. And when we come in and we were taught that you get a job, you work hard, you'll do well. We are not taught the mindset, or we don't
Right.
think that we should use what we're doing to create our own corporations. We're supposed to use it only to build that person's corporation, because we are supposed to work hard in order to be successful. We're not taught that we're supposed to create in
Right.
order to be successful. That really hit me when you said that.
You
Right.
just reminded me, Rose. Someone did a post today saying you either gonna work hard to build your dream or you gonna work hard to build someone else's dream? I read that today, and I was like, wow,
Wow.
which, which hard you gonna take?
That that's right. Which heart are you going to choose? Now, you may say staying in my job is the heart I choose because I know that I'm going to get a paycheck either every week, every 2 weeks, at whatever the pay schedule is. I know for sure that check is going to be deposited into my account. I step out here on my own in a business. I don't know for sure that that check is going to be deposited. But if you do it right, get you a coach, learn your skills, because that's something else. We start businesses, we get into MLMs, things like that, but we want the people who we are under to tell us how to run the business. You can't do it that way. It's your business to run the
Right,
way you want. If there's documentation, if there's rules, you need to be reading and studying so that you know how to apply that to your business. Not
right.
sitting back waiting for someone else to tell you what to do, or when you encounter a problem, someone else to solve it. You are now how they say, the chief bottle washer and the problem solver. So you need to have resources and guides in place, but you also have to put forth your own initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If you were still on that job and they dropped a stack of papers and some files on your desk today for a project, and yeah, I'm saying today is Saturday.
Right,
You left there yesterday, but if that stack of papers was dropped on your desk yesterday and you look through it and you're like, I don't know what to do with this because they didn't really give me any clear instructions. But I bet you walk up in there today on Saturday to try to figure that thing out because you know you want to make sure you keep that job so that steady paycheck keeps coming in. Well, if you do that for yourself, you don't it's not necessarily about a steady paycheck because your steady paycheck is set. If you're on salary, it's set. You know what it's going to be. But when you're an entrepreneur, you create your paycheck. So if your
right.
paycheck is 10 cents, you created that. But if your paycheck is $10,000 a week, you created that.
You know what, Rose? I want to encourage some of the people though that want to stay in corporate America. So I agree with you. I think that us owning our own business and securing our own wealth and producing for ourselves is really critical. And I think that if you're in corporate America, you have to have a plan to keep moving up because if you settle, you're right, you're not going to increase your wealth. But let's be honest, if you look at the Fortune 500, back again, go look at those people in the C-suite, they're making a lot of money,
Yes, they are.
right? They have a lot of, go look at the Disney seat, because I love Disney because of course I have kids, so I go to Disney all the time. It's ridiculous. He makes like 40 million or something like that a year. It's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy what some of these executives are making. And my point is some of those should be us.
I
Right.
They
agree.
should be us.
If you choose
So
this
if you're
one,
gonna stay in corporate America, just don't have a job. Get a coach and create a career, create a pathway to get those successes for yourself. And if you find yourself hitting the glass ceiling and capping out, then you make your exit strategy as well, right? Always
Right.
have your plan. You can do both. You can absolutely be climbing the ladder and building your future as an entrepreneur. As a matter of fact, I think that's probably the wisest strategy. I wish I had done that. I had been successful in corporate America and I waited to transition. Like I had a little business, but I didn't really work the business while I was working. And that's one thing I wish I had a coach at that time. I have that now, but
Mm-hmm.
had I known then what I've been learning now, I'd be in a very different situation. I wouldn't be pushing my business so hard. I already had that level of success.
So
So that's
absolutely.
a
everybody,
lesson, and that's what we want to pass on. Go ahead,
so
Kayshawn.
we want to make sure you guys show up next week through November 10th through the 16th for this wealth planning. Everything that we're talking about, all these gold nuggets, all these examples, we're going to have speakers at this retreat to come share and teach you about all of this so you can implement this in your business, and it is only $20.20. I mean, look at what we just gave you, just coming here just to talk to you, have a casual conversation. Just imagine what you're going to get at this retreat. And you can get an idea by going to blackgirlprofits.com and signing up for this. $20.20. It is,
Right.
that's not an arm and a leg. You have that. You can get that. You have time to go get that. That's what 2 or 3 trips doing DoorDash, Uber Eats, something, the way how Lyft and what's the other one? Uber is charging nowadays to take a
Mm-hmm.
ride. It's charging like 3, 4 times the amount. I have to go somewhere that was like less than 10 minutes away, and it was, instead of it being like $6, it was like almost 20.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yes, they
Wow.
out here making money doing Lyft and Uber, so you can go do 2 trips as much as they paying now and get your ticket for this wealth retreat. It is, we're gonna help you because we helping ourselves. And I like how Cherie, when you said for those who want to stay in corporate America, but don't just stay stagnated. Go up, build up, break those glass ceilings. I was one of those when I was in corporate America. I came to a ceiling, I broke it in, and you can too, but you only can do that when you get educated and when your mindset
Right.
changes. This
Hmm.
type of community and learning the information and the tools that we have over here. You come over here, get these tools, go back into corporate America and go break down those glass ceilings like I did, like so many other women over here who are still in corporate America and building their business at the same time. So I really like how you said that, Cherie. If building a business isn't for everyone, but if you're gonna work a job, you be the best. Get into those positions that pay $1 million a year. It's got several $1 million a year. Stop letting this small time. Oh, I'm trying to get 6 figures. I didn't made it in my job money. No, that's that work hard money. No, we wanna, what is it? Many hands make light work.
Hmm.
You want to get into one of those positions, those CEO positions where you can leave, not have to be there, and it still functions without you.
That's right. And that's an important fact that you all laid out there, because entrepreneurship is not for everybody, and there has to be someone to work the jobs. Even when you're an entrepreneur, you need help. You need to
Hmm.
have more hands in your business. So you need to get those hands from somewhere. But also, the point that you all made is if you stay in corporate America, you want to continue to climb and you want to continue to grow. Well, one of the ways that you do that is you can stay there, but you make what it is that you're doing, what you've been assigned, what your position is, make that your mini corporation right there in
Ooh, good,
their
Rose.
corporation. Yeah, you run your position as if you were running a company. Use that as y'all know I like to say as your test dummy.
Hmm.
As your test dummy. Use that as your testing ground. So
Yeah.
you run your position as if you're running a company. So if you're assigned something, who can you get to help? Well, they call that delegation. And those are all skills. Those are different skills that you need when you're running a company. The CEO who's making that 40, 50 million, he's not sitting up in that office churning away with his head down, sweating and throwing papers and all of that. He's throwing
Okay.
them. He's not throwing them up in the air like that. He's throwing them out. He's passing them out the door to different people who can handle that.
Hmm.
That's right.
So you got to look at what you're doing the same way. Don't be pulling
That's
out
right,
your hair,
Rose.
throwing papers. See who you can delegate that to.
Right.
See what kind of
I like
team you
that.
can create within where you are that can help move all of you further. Just a thought. That's just how that hit me.
You know what? And another thing too, when you start a business, it's an idea. And, such as when I started mine, it was an idea. I only can see so far.
Mhm.
Right.
That's a good
Because
point.
you only know what you know at that time of when you have the dream and the vision. You only can see so far. Or you can see to the end, but you don't
Right.
see the journey, the path that you have to take. And see, that's where a coach comes in at, because
That's
after
right.
you almost get to a roadblock where you only can take it so far.
Mhm.
And you need a coach, you need someone who's done this, someone who can tell you as you're bringing on, that's another thing I want to tie in a little bit real quick about corporate America. I've learned when working in corporate America, as I'm building my corporation, how I want to treat my employees, because I know everybody is
Right.
not
Mhm.
meant to
Good
have
point.
to be an entrepreneur. There are workers out there, and I want my workers to be respected, and I want their talents and their gifts to be respected, their mindset. I want them to know that they are valued, So that is a mission, a part of mine, to treat my employees how I wanted to be treated, how you should treat employees. So that's just that motivation part as I'm building. But in order for me to do that, I got to have somebody who done that, who has the staff, who is creating these positions, who is paying out this hundreds of thousands of dollars a year or millions of dollars a year to staff, But I don't know all of the ins and the outs, but I'm learning it, and so can you by coming to this retreat. What Sineadra
That's
say?
right.
Get beyond your roadblocks and consider a coach.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Because Sherry, speak to this a little bit, because in corporate America now, just like we're talking about having a coach out here in the entrepreneurial lane, in corporate America, they will assign job coaches and in position coach. They will assign you a coach if the,
Hmm.
if there's something something that they want to gain, or something that they think you need to be trained further on. They assign
Right. So
coaches in corporate America.
they do. Now, here's the thing, it won't assign them for everybody. They'll look at who they consider high potential, who's going to add to their bottom line, who's in a leadership role. Coaching is very common, and that's what they'll pay for. But they will support you if you get your own coach too. They don't necessarily pay for it, but there's a real understanding about coaching. And they might even use the employee resource groups like the Women's Network or the Black Employees Network. Those are other opportunities to get some coaching and some mentoring within the group. So you can do that. But I
Hmm.
certainly think if you're looking at your individual career, don't wait for corporate America to give it to you.
Right.
They do support them. They're out there. And if you are in a position where they'll pay for one for you, you make sure you get one. And you get
Hmm.
someone that knows your situation and how to help you navigate corporate America. Because as a woman and as a minority woman, it's very different what you need to learn how to do and what you need to be aware of, right? To keep going through your success. And if you're not going to be given one, go get one for yourself.
Absolutely. Because see, if you want to stay in corporate America, that's fine. But there are things still that you need to do in order to move your corporate job forward. And you should do those things.
Right,
Like you said, don't wait,
Right.
you know, do the things that help you to climb and help you to build.
right, right.
Yes.
Like you said, you be the CEO of you.
That's right.
And that is
Hmm.
your own little desk, so that your job, your what you're delivering is successful to the business, but then also you're being a CEO of your career, and you're looking for opportunities to move that up
Yeah.
and climb and be in a position of power, and get and moving towards the positions that do generate wealth.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Be the CEO of your position, but it's also it akins to being the CEO of your life. You know,
Ooh, Rose,
Yeah.
yes,
I mean,
I
you look
was
at
just thinking that.
you look at what you do at home. You look at what you
Hmm.
want to accomplish overall in life. But then when you get to your job, it's like all of a sudden you drop your hands and you don't know what to do. You still have complete control over how you want your life to run. And working on a job, being in a company, we spend more time there than we do at home a lot of times.
Right.
So why
Hmm.
wouldn't you be the CEO of that as well in your space?
Right.
Oh,
In
Right.
that's really good. That is really good. I think this, you know, just to tie it all together, it is, you know, get a coach, become a coach, create a plan. You know, like you said, be the CEO of you, your life, your job, your future, you know, and just make it happen. And then join us. You know, I'm here because I'm going to be speaking at the Recession Proof workshop. We want you to come join us because this community is all about empowering women, lifting us up, and creating Black girl profits. Creating Black girl profits. So come on, join us. Have an awesome, awesome day. And we will see you in some form later today, tomorrow, you know, the rest of the weekend. Enjoy. Thank you, everybody.
Bye,
Right.
Say
everybody.
bye.
Have
Thank
a great
you.
Stay on purpose.